Most High, in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world even calls Jesus Christ. All right. I'm your brother Masha. This your brother.
Got this art.
All right. We just about to give y'all a real quick rundown of who is Esau according to the Bible. Okay. Let me go ahead and get Genesis 25 and 23. Oh, for sure.
Genesis 25 verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
So two manner of people, so meaning two different types of people, right, is going to be separated by your bowels, meaning in your womb, right? Go ahead.
And one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Right, so the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Now, as we know, right, there's a bunch of different shades of red, but in the Hebrew language, there's really only one word to describe red, okay? So to get the understanding of what shade of red that would be, let's go ahead and get that. Exodus 26. All right. Because you gotta remember, like when you see pictures of newborn babies, especially white babies, right? They come out blistering red, right? Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 26 verse 14. And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of ram skin and dyed red, and a covering above of badger skin.
Alright, okay, so let me see if I can pull up a picture real quick. So you can see what shade that is. Come out good in the camera, but that's a really bright red. Okay. Alright, that's the same color it's talking about. And so just like Esau, Esau came out red all over like here. I mean all red. Came out red, right? Go ahead. Yeah, you good.
Genesis 25 and 26. And after that, verse 25, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
They called his name Esau. Go ahead.
And after that, after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Go ahead and drop down because I wanted to start. Go down to 26. All right, where
I just finished 26.
Okay, yeah, let's go read 27.
Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Esau was what?
A cunning hunter.
Esau was a cunning hunter. Now, you don't have to look far, right, to figure out who is the best hunters in the world, right? These dudes have created all types of whistles, all types of scents and stuff like that to throw animals off, right? And they go hunting big game animals, exotic animals. They don't care, right? They just out to hunt and kill, right? And that's what they do. Drop that and give me Genesis 27 and 38 by the shot. But Esau is definitely a man of the field. Great at hunting. Go ahead.
Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father.
So at this point, Jacob had already took the blessing. Go ahead.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. And listen, if you know anything about the fatness of the earth, the oil that runs underneath, right? Predominantly will be the lands of the North Americas, is where the most oil is, and in like what you call like the Russia or the Soviet area, right? Those two areas have more. And not only that, the so-called white man controls even the Arabs' flow of oil, right? So it's not just their own reserves. They also control the world's reserves because they have militaries everywhere, which we were about to read as well. Go ahead. Oh, sure.
Verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live.
By what?
By thy sword shalt thou live.
Now listen, I know there's some simpletons in the community, right? They think that the sword is literal right there. The sword was the modern weapon of that time, just not like now. The handgun or a rifle, or just any type of gun, I guess, would be the modern sword. All right, it's the dominant weapon of today's age, right? Go ahead, Keith.
And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass.
Hold on, I don't want to skip over that one part. By that sword thou shalt live. So everything you're gaining, like all your gains, right? You're getting it from having the blessing of taking everything by the sword. Go ahead, Slocky.
And it shall come to pass when thou shalt and verse 40 from the top. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother.
You mean Job 27 and 13, I think. Verse 13. Let me see. Yeah, kind of. 13.
Book of Job chapter 27 verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God.
Right. So this is the heritage of a wicked man with the Most High. Go ahead.
And the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied.
If his children be multiplied. Go ahead.
It is for the sword.
It's to kill, man. Right? That's what Esau blessing is. You see that? So this is how we know so-called white man is Esau, man. It's not anything that is too difficult for you guys to understand, man. Because I know you want to make. I know you don't want the white man to be Esau because. Well, you work with him, right? He's your friend, he's your neighbor, right? But, you know, we got a lot of people who try and make the Arab Esau, and that's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go ahead and go back to Genesis. Finish that up for me, Dr. Shaw. Yeah, just finish up for me.
Verse 40, Genesis 27:40. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. 41.
No, actually, yeah.
Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Then I'm gonna slay my brother Jacob, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the white man always got his foot on our neck. He always trying to kill us. You feel me? Let me get matter of fact, let's go ahead and go there. Psalms 83 real quick. Like,
Psalm chapter 83 from the top. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Right, these niggas done got together to conspire, man. Go ahead.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Yeah, they ain't got proud, got big-headed. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Yeah, they just coming together to do us in, man. Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
All right, come on, let's destroy these Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Wipe out their heritage. Have them speaking languages like you're here, and that's I'm not gonna shoot down the whole rabbit hole, but our people so destroyed as to who they are because of this so-called devil on the earth, right? Like you'll have blacks talking about, you know what I'm saying, Northern Kingdom brothers speaking Spanish, like you don't speak a slave language yourself, man.
Right.
You feel me? So I'm not finna go deep into that, but go ahead, Slocky.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Right.
Now who's leading this charge? What wicked nation is doing this?
For they have consulted together with one consent that are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white man. If you look at who runs everything, who's the number one nation oppressing our people, the tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white man is doing it. Right? But check this out. Go ahead. Keep going.
And the Ishmaelites.
So the Arabs is right behind them, but they following Esau. And using Esau's system to do it a lot of times. Go ahead.
Of Moab.
The so-called Chinese man. All the people that be all in our hoods, draining our neighborhoods of their resources. Whether it's in the black neighborhoods or the Hispanic neighborhoods, it don't matter, bro. Go ahead.
And the Hagarenes. Gabal.
Okay, that was good on that. Con. Give me Joe 9:24 on the show. Alright? So we see who leading the charge, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna probably do another video on this. Because I want to kind of keep this one basic. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go into some deeper stuff. Go ahead.
This verse, this is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right.
So who covered all the faces of the judges, right? What's the whole book of Russian icons about, right? Them wiping out black images and turning them white. Give me First Maccabees 3 and 48 about the show. Right? This so-called double A slick. And by the way, like going back, pairing that with Psalms, right? So-called white man leading these other nations against us, and he leads the world, right? Because look, man, who's the number one country in the world, right? It's the United States, man. Go ahead.
Book of First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Right, so the heathen sought to make us, our images look like them, man. You know what I'm saying? So our people don't know who the real judges are. So you blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans out here destroy, hating one another, man. Not all that's part of the curses, but still, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get Psalms 55. About
Top.
Hold on, Salaki. No, I need Psalms 137. Salaki. Yeah, 137 and verse 8. Or verse 7, Salaki.
Book of Psalms chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
Right.
And the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, race it.
And destroy it, destroy it.
Even to the foundation thereof.
They wanted to break, they wanted to tear our stuff down, bro. You feel me? They wanted to destroy our land. Go ahead.
O daughter of Babylon.
O daughter of who?
O daughter of Babylon.
O daughter of Babylon. Go ahead.
Who art to be destroyed.
Right.
Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
Now we know this ain't talking about old Babylon, right? Because the original Babylonians were who? Cushites, right? So this is clearly talking about a future connotation, and it's definitely talking about the so-called white man. Give me Revelation 18 about Shah. Because we know that America is Babylon, man. Right? Yeah, I guess we can start to about the show.
Book of Revelation chapter 18, verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
It's become the what?
The habitation of devils.
So Babylon is the largest place where all these devils are, man. And you talking about Edom, you talking about Ishmael, you talking about Moab, Ammon, all of them here, man. Go ahead.
And the hold of every foul spirit.
Right.
And they
every foul spirit, man. The murderous mentality, idolater mentality, homosexuality, bestiality, all that takes place here in America, man. It's the most disgusting place on the earth. Go ahead.
And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Okay.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So this is how we know America is Babylon. Every nation has drinking of her wine, right? All of them do business with her, man. You see that? All these different nations. This is the only country that has some type of play in every country. Even in countries they have no allegiance with, they got military presence there, man. You know what I'm saying? So they're everywhere. Go ahead, just finish that off, Baja.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Give me Obadiah 1 and 4, Baja.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
So the so-called white man, if you look at any of his country's flags, the eagle is there. It's very, very present, man. Go ahead.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Because the so-called white man, right? He Trump talking about building a space army and all kinds of other nonsense, right? They want that level of intelligence or whatever, where they can make it to the stars. I don't believe they have, but you know what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. But going into a small level on that, they build high skyscrapers, right? You know what I'm saying? They want to live in high habitations, right? When you look at the previous dwelling places, you know what I'm saying? Mount Sinai, Salakia, Mount Seir, and then the Caucasus Mountains, right? They love the mountains, man. We here in Arizona, man. Who live in the mountains? And so-called that was the white man's, right? So, it never changes, man. You go to Dago, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's white men living in them high elevated areas, man. Okay? The so-called white man never changes. Let's go ahead and close out with 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. I don't want to make this too long.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Right, so the so-called white man will be ruling in the end times. Esau is the end of the world. Go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
When the so-called white man loses kingdom, our kingdom shall rise. Right? It's the last captivity. We know this, man. This is the 7th captivity. Right? And 7 is the number of completion. You feel me? So, this is the last one. Lord willing. And who's ruling over it? The so-called white man. Right? We just elected another decrepit old ass devil from the devil we had before, right? You know what I'm saying? It's the white man's world, man. Going back, pertaining to Job 9 and 24, man. So with that, we'd like to close out, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Shalom.
SICARRI.